Hey guys, Kyuranger here with another review. This time I'll be reviewing the Kyutama Roulette Deluxe Kyulette from Uchu Sentai Kyuranger. This is an item used by the Kyuranger's commander to determine which Kyurangers will be sent out on missions. This set includes a few things: the Kyulette itself, 10 mini Kyutama, and 1 normal Kyutama. So, let's get started. First off, we'll look at the Kyulette itself. So, this is modeled after a lottery wheel in which balls of various colors are placed in, and the wheel is spun around until one of them pops out, and the color of the ball will determine what kind of prize you get. So for this, you can see it has this big red drum with a star pattern and a metallic blue star in the middle, with the Kyuranger symbol on it. So it has this silver handle here, which spins along with the actual drum, so that you can freely spin it, like so. It also has a hatch for inserting the mini Kyutama, and then a hole for where it'll pop out. You also have the base down here, which is just simple silver plastic. It's got these 4 knobs, one of them which is actually a button since it has some electronic sounds. Have the speaker here, which is molded in the center of another Kyuranger symbol. The power switch right here, and the battery compartment down here, and this takes 2 AAA batteries. This also comes with an assortment of 10 mini Kyutama. These are each the same molded piece, and each one has different colors to represent a different Kyuranger, as well as a special 10th Kyutama. Now this one is actually to represent all the Kyurangers, as normally the way the Kyulette works is that while they are all inserted, only 5 will be used for any given mission, so this is used to randomly determine which 5 will be sent out. Whereas if this one pops out, that means that all of them will go on a mission. So, just to give a little demonstration of how this works. First we'll come up here, up at the hatch, and pop in one of the mini Kyutama. We'll rotate it around. And then, as you can see, it popped out of here. And so basically in here there's a little catch, and when the wheel is rotated to about this point, one of the Kyutama should go in there. Then when it gets to about that point, the catch will then drop it out of this hole. So for the most part, it's physics-based. And so we can then proceed to pop this open and put in all of them, with the exception of the special one. Right, so then we will switch it on. We'll get our confirmation sound. And so for this, there are 2 modes depending on whether you give this button a short or long press. For the short press, that will be the Atari mode, which is used to determine what 5 Rangers will be sent out. So I'm going to just give you an example of the sound it makes. As if you play the sound and try turning the wheel is actually pretty loud, so the sounds will kind of get in the way. So I'll just give you an example of what the music for this sounds like. And so that song is actually used in the show during segments in which the Kyutama is lit, or rather when the Kyulette is used. Then you also have the Chance mode, which is a different mode wherein you only pop out 1 Kyutama, and it'll tell you if it's a winning or losing Kyutama. And so for that, you need a long press. And so there's an example, and I'll get into that more later. So let's get on with the Atari mode. Alright, so gathering up the 5. For this example, the 5 we got are Sasori, Oushi, Chameleon, Washi, and Kajuki. So in this case, these 5 would be sent out. And then we can try out the chance mode. So that sound means that you got a losing Kyutama. I'm actually going to make a shortcut here as I need to clear up space on my camera. Getting back to where we were, we can try that again. And this time I'm actually going to be using my hand to try to catch the Kyutama, as they are very bouncy, and so the last time I've been trying to do these, they've basically been kind of bouncing off the table. And in that case, it meant it was a losing Kyutama. Now, as you can see, sometimes it has a tendency to pop out 2 Kyutama instead of 1. You can also skip to the end of the chance mode by pressing the button again after you've activated that mode. Then we can try out the Atari mode one more time. And again, I popped out 6. And it seems that happened when you turn it a bit too slowly, but I've also noticed that if you try turning it a bit too fast, you don't even get a Kyutama popping out. As you can see there. So it's actually kind of difficult to use the Kyulette in a way where you can get 1 Kyutama popping at a time. But we can try this one more time and see if we can get exactly 5. That was exact failure. I'm gonna try this one more time. Alright, and while I did get 2 popping out again, this time we got another set. This time we have red, black, gold, silver, and yellow. And of note is that if you want to get the mini Kyutama out without having to try to have them all come out through the opening here,
there are a couple of ports in the back, a couple of hatches that you can unscrew, and then remove and manually pull out the Kyutama, or just have them fall out, which is pretty convenient. Next we can look at the include Kyutama, which is the Kyuranger Kyutama. So instead of having a number, this one is labeled SP for special. And this one is a little bit different than past Kyutama. In this case, it's using kind of a pale clear gold plastic. You can also see that it has glitter injected into the mold. You can see the two parts of the image on the front and back. And in this case, it's not so much fractured as it has two parts separated. And so if we mouse slide it, we can see it forms the Kyuranger symbol, with the white ring on the front and the gold star on the back. We have the back here and the peg combination on the bottom. Next we can use this Kyutama with the Sei's Blaster. So for this, we'll start by setting it on and activating the change mode. And so for that one, it cycled through different colors during both the standby and pre-transformation sound. And it also announced the names of all of the 9 standard Kyurangers at the end. So it'll also cycle through the colors when using the blasting sounds too. Then when you do the attack mode, or just makes that standard attack sound, or just make a standard sound, then the go mode. And instead of listing off the individual Voyagers, it just says Q Voyager. And finally we can use the Kyutama with Kyureno. So start, we'll activate it. And as you can see, it shows the hidden image as the Kyuranger symbol once again. And there we go. So overall, the Kyulette is an interesting but flawed toy. Interesting in that this is a unique part of the show to be made into a toy, since this is neither technically a roleplay toy nor a mech toy, but just something made to replicate part of the show in which the different team formations are chosen at random. Though obviously this is scaled down, so it only fits these specific mini Kyutama and not the regular sized Kyutama. But at the same time, it's flawed in that the way it works is completely physics-based, and it isn't guaranteed to work. It really is pretty hollow in there, with the exception of the little catch lever. And so you're neither guaranteed to have a Kyutama or mini Kyutama pop out, nor are you guaranteed to get one at a time, because it isn't really designed in such a way that can guarantee that just one will be caught in there. So you could accidentally have coming out 1 to 2 to 3 or more at the same time if you're not careful. And so, because it's so inconsistent, that doesn't make it quite as fun as it could be. And additionally, the electronics, while they are nice to have in there, are completely separate from the actual functionality of the drum. So, even if you try to time it right, it could end up not working if the drum fails to work properly. And as for the include Kyutama, it's definitely more of an extra one, just kind of off to the side. As the most it does with the Stasis Blaster is gives you all the Ranger names at the end of the transformation. And for the hidden image in Kyuranger, it is a little bit disappointing that it's the same image as the one you see when you Mawa slide it. So overall, if this is something that interests you, go ahead and buy it, but if this is something that you're kind of on the fence on or you don't really think you need, this is definitely an easy pass. So, next time I'll be reviewing the Pokemon Z Crystal Volume 05 and Volume 06. So, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and if you're new and would like to see more, please subscribe. And for now, this is KRX50, writing off.